Hello, everybody. Welcome to the DSA.
Yeah.
And tonight, what do we have? Oh, we have people who think space is fake and a conspiracy. Anyone want the derp?
Derpy.
Jaren sent me this particular video, which we're about to watch.
Oh no.
Just before the show, and I about fell off my chair when I saw this. You know, talk about science going backwards and the
How is this science going backwards? There's a temperature difference.
fraud of science. Jaren, I don't even know how to introduce this video. Anything you want to say about it before I play it?
No, somebody sent it to me on Skype and said, "Did you hear this before?" That
Isn't that interesting how that thing just shake its booty?
the walls of the LEM were
I mean, look at that.
2 sheets of foil thin, and I was like, "What?" And so I watched it, and yeah, I immediately sent it to you because I couldn't believe what he found. But this is great.
Yeah, but this is quite a bit of a different pressure difference than if you go into space and have a little bit of atmosphere in your... And also...
Tensile strength.
That would be the other way around.
Tensile strength versus compressive strength.
Yeah.
I can't either. So you guys, listen up to this. You're not going to believe it.
Good engineering.
and mind you, before I play this, I want to remind everybody.
That is beautiful. It is called High Demon Orbs. There might be some more people joining on panel if they're still awake.
And we're talking about a 10 to the negative 17th torr vacuum, right?
I bet you he doesn't know what Tor is. It just sounds fancy. Woo!
Sounds fancy.
Yeah, and they think the negative makes it a negative number.
It just means less than basically 1 atmosphere, if I remember what a Tor is correctly.
That you know, this craft is supposed to be holding out. And this is NASA people themselves talking about this. So hold on to your chair so you don't fall out
What
of it.
happened to the fucking... Oh, that's his end.
I'm going to play a clip about...
Was that you, Ramus? That guy sounded like
the
you.
construction of the LEM. Hold on a second.
The skin on the crew cabins was very thin, and that was all done because of weight savings. Weight was a very critical item that always had to be considered in anything that you did.
Because it costs basically an ounce of gold to sending out the stuff up.
If you really took your finger and poked hard at it, you could poke right through the outer skin of the spacecraft. It was about the thickness of...
The outer skin.
Yeah.
There's a difference between the outer skin and the inner skin.
2 layers of aluminum foil. But it's the kind of thing that you were reasonably cautious that you didn't jab any pointed objects through.
Oh, hi, Stop the Stupidity. How you doing? You can come in if you want.
Okay. Hold on, one more.
The skin, the aluminum alloy skin of the crew compartment was about 12 thousandths of an inch thick.
And the thickness of a Coke can is... Can you pull up that,
Yes. What? That's the first one.
Here's the first one.
Coke can. We visit the site. Let's see.
I think it was about 4 thousandths of an inch. So about... The skin was about 2 to 3 times as thick.
Body of the is around 0.1 millimeter. Or for me, it gets in millimeters.
I was a machinist in the United States. My brain is wired to think of actually seeing the size of it. It's not much. It's like
It's
it's like in
about
the thickness of a piece of paper.
0.0034 inches.
Yeah, that's about the thickness of a light paper.
That's equivalent
And that holds in, I think, 30 to 60 psi.
to about 3 layers of Reynolds wrap that you would use in the kitchen.
They're trying to tell us that those guys spent 3 days in this little capsule with no climate control at all.
25 to
Let's
30.
kind of summarize this. There's a lot of information.
What is this nonsense?
So there you have it, direct from NASA themselves. They had to be really careful with these. They'd poke a hole, right?
Yeah, and of course, like they would go with the minimum thickness that was acceptable. Why? Because thickness equals weight. Like the thicker it is, the heavier it is.
And it costs a fuck ton of money. I should have actually gone and looked up what it costs to send the like a certain amount of weight up. But it was something like $2,000 a pound, or could have been $2,000 an ounce. I forget. One of those. But that was like 10 years ago.
The couple of sheets of aluminum foil and Reynolds wrap of the limb.
Don't you just love how they said they had to keep weight in mind? That was a big concern, number one priority.
Yes.
Yay. I don't understand why they don't get that. Oh, yes, well, they don't believe that space is real and they think the Earth is flat. Of course they are stupid.
Was weight, but what about the extremely powerful vacuum of space?
Like a vacuum is powerful. Powerful is just in the absence of atmosphere. The absence
and like
of anything.
The thing that was destroying those tankers was not vacuum.
It was air pressure.
It was air pressure, yeah.
Oh, and those things that I had in the DSA server with the statistics. Can you bring the one up about the pressures at the various phases of the mission? Because they start at 14 psi and then it's vented as it goes up, and it switches to 100% oxygen atmosphere at 5%.
Let's see that link. You do Google searches, then it's not always gonna be the exact same thing. But let's see.
Wouldn't that be probably more important than weight, if not at least equally as important as weight?
If they don't poke it too much, they don't die. But if it's too heavy, they can't get up.
It's 16.7.
PSI during launch pad. On the launch pad.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah. You need to be at least safe, but not.
Oh, the search that I had told you that it changed the pressure. I think we have to deeper dive.
Yeah.
5 psi. Once it was up there.
So it during his flight, it went from 16.7 to 5.
I checked, the vacuum of space is going to...
Like, that's also quite logical. Like, if you would immediately go to that low pressure, like, you would get the bends.
It would just crashed. Also, it would get crashed. And they had those little seats on, too.
Yeah, that too.
Have a huge pressure differential, even on the moon, compared to the interior pressure of this alleged LEM. And for them to say that it was 12...
Now they say, oh, there's an immense pressure difference. What is the pressure difference? Did they look up what the pressure was inside the LEM?
What's 5 minus the 0?
Hey, Al. Elbows up.
Yep. Yes, space is not a Hoover. It doesn't suck. The molecules have a velocity, and they want to keep going somewhere. Yeah. And that's sea level. Hoover is a dust sucker, yes, and the dust sucker does vacuum the cap.
Thousandths of an inch thick, or whatever they claim. That's just absolutely absurd. I mean, I cannot believe that people bought that.
Especially in stark contrast to the Sandusky vacuum facility, which has 8-foot thick concrete and steel walls to hold out a much lesser vacuum. Go ahead, Iru.
And Al, if you do want to come in, if you can, that's fine. If not, it's cool. Oh, I didn't drop the link in the Slim Cyborg server, in the DSA server.
You did drop the YouTube link in the work server.
Let me... copy the link. And now the link is in the Slim Cyborg server if anyone wants to come in. Super low pressure systems of space and beyond the atmosphere is not in the air. It's cool. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't.
No, I just want to make one share screen because maybe if you didn't know that the spacesuit for going to the moon is also prevent for meteorite impact.
Of course it is.
You're very welcome. I can also send it to you in a DM. I have these links in the DSA server or Slim server, usually in the general chat of the confidential zone. I should just put it everywhere. Yeah. Brandis, could you send it? I don't have my phone, and the... Oh, here it is. Ow!
Did it bite you?
Yeah.
Ow.
Okay, and let's take a listen to the official narrative based on the spacesuit. Here we go.
At the Manned Spacecraft Center in Houston. This white garment, what is that for?
This is thermal meteoroid garments. It's made up into layers. These are the layers of material. The first layer is a Nomex cloth. This whole garment provides protection against radiant energy impinging on the suit from the sun and also
they couldn't sound better audio quality.
Reflected from the moon and also protect them against meteoroids.
It's protected against meteoroids.
This is impinging on the suit from the sun and also reflected from the moon and also protect them against meteoroids. This is most interesting insulation. This insulation only works in a vacuum. It's very similar to the material that we have in a thermos bottle on Earth. It's as though the men were completely enclosed in a thermos jug.
And it keeps.
Their problem is they expecting it to that they mean they're protected against meteorites that like make the craters on the moon. No, you dumbass! It's
micrometeorites.
Yeah.
Keep going and going with bullshit. And I always think in terms of stop sharing. Why this supposedly magical suit is not given to the fireman, for example?
Because it's designed for a completely different purpose. I think that this guy, the reason why we don't know who he is because he was so damn stupid, not even the flat earthers wanted him anymore.
That's bad.
Yeah.
I have to wear these things at petroleum facilities. Are you driving the petrol trucks? Or just when you're delivering equipment?
To enter into, a building with fire.
Yeah, it's like everything proof, isn't it?
I mean, these suits are magical. They can, fight with any kind of environment. In the worst conditions. So.
No. They said
that's a good point.
The insulation only works in a vacuum.
Because there's no convection. There's no convection. That's why it only works in a vacuum. Convection is more inefficient as far as moving heat.
Other instances where NASA is allegedly preventing scientific agencies from saving lives. Like there's one example where tornado experts, the guys that are responsible for giving tornado warnings, looking at the meteorological data, they claim that if NASA would release their real-time satellite data of the essentially cloud formations on that large scale from their alleged satellites in real time, they could increase the warning time for tornadoes by something like 30 seconds or a minute or something like that, which is pretty drastic, as the tornado warning time is just a matter of seconds. But for
and on that, I think I got a good point on that. It's not NASA that they're asking. NOAA. And who's preventing that data from being available? Can you guess? It's this con artist. His last name starts with a T.
Trump?
Yeah. He's defunding NOAA. And then again, I can get the live data.
And that's
when the satellite comes
also
over, I can get the live data.
And that's also gonna really cost lives.
Yeah.
You can't get the right data to forecast hurricanes. They said that what they did to NOAA, it brought the forecasting back to the late 80s, early 90s.
It has already cost lives. The last couple of storms that cost lives could have been predicted much sooner, and much more people could have gotten out.
Some reason, and I think we know what that reason is, NASA will not share that data with the tornado forecasters. And so, just another example of where NASA will never admit that they don't have the data. They'll just say that it's, I don't know. I don't know what their excuse is, honestly.
They'll just make it up. But, you know, and I hate to be unkind, but honestly, after all the evidence that Globebusters and Jaren and you and Iro...
After all the evidence that Globebusters found, didn't they actually videotape Well, Jaren, this is an older one. Didn't Jaren turn globy after going to the South Pole?
Hmm. And interesting. And thanks, Bob.
Have all
just to name a
presented,
few
and all the other
things.
flat earth channels, everybody have presented about NASA fraudery and the impossibility of this. If you are still a believer in the ball earth and a believer in the space missions, I'm sorry, but you're an idiot. Introduce this video.
Oh, shit.
Meteorological data. I don't know. I don't know what their excuse is, honestly.
They'll just make it up. But
just make it up.
Yeah.
Jaren is a globe. Almost believes in space, but remains a bigot. That's sad that he's still a bigot.
You know, and I hate to be unkind, but honestly, after all the evidence
No
that
fucking
Globusters
hell.
and Jaren and
Oh,
you
you
and
fucking-
Piru have all presented, and all the other flat earth channels, everybody have presented about NASA fraudery
All you
and
flat
the
earthers
impossibility of
love
this.
being
If
mean
you
and
are
assholes.
still a believer in the ball earth and a believer in the space missions, I'm sorry, but you're an idiot.
You're an idiot, you stupid cunt.
He's talking to himself in the mirror.
I think.
I just, there's just no other way to say it. I don't want to be unkind, but wow. Especially when you hear them admit this stuff.
The average atmospheric pressure at sea level is 1013.25 mbar.
Amazing. They stated a fact.
Millibar. So it's.
Yeah, and then they're
The
gonna
pressure in
compare that to PSI.
interstellar space is approximately 0.0000000000000.
Yeah, it's a ton of zeros. What's the fucking point?
But they said the PSI at sea level. What?
It really doesn't matter because you go up a foot, you can take away one of those zeros maybe. And after a while, the zeros go away. And you get, go down a foot.
Can you go back a bit to where they said what the pressure was at sea level?
1,000 something millibars.
Have the data.
Stuff.
000 at sea level is 1013.25 mbar. The pressure in interstellar space is approximately.
Yeah, it's 1,000, I think, 13 millibars.
Kind, but wow. Especially when you hear them admit this stuff.
The average atmospheric pressure at sea level is 1013.25 mbar.
A little bit more than a bar. So what?
The pressure in interstellar space is approximately 0.00000000000000133 mbar. Space is 0.
Oh, these fucking predulous cunts. We have, I'm sorry about this. There was this one other video we had for tonight that, we'll play it, but the audio, the guy did it. Well, the stupidity that we can laugh at more than makes up for it. You find it? Brainless, I sent the thing to you. I'm looking for it. I should have been better prepared. There's a lot going on behind these scenes.
Okay. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm almost as stupid as them. But you know what the problem is here? It's that they're American. That's literally the problem here.
They had a shitty school system?
Because everybody here who's not American or is well educated will see the problem. Because they think, ooh, more than 1,000 M-bar. Ooh, that must be a lot. They don't understand what millibar is. That milli is very, very tiny.
Oh, and Brainless, I think your microphone's a bit loud and it's muffling your voice.
Ooh, stupid microphone.
And when I can get working, we need to get Ned the RTX card so that we can use the denoiser.
Yeah, no, but like the like one 1,000 millibar is the pressure you feel when you're standing on the ground.
It's
And,
not
like,
a lot.
If you bump up your tire of a bicycle, you're going to about 6 bar, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, a bicycle is a lot.
And like in a car tire, you put like 2 bar, 2.5. What's it?
No, it's more than that. Car tires about 32 to
No,
yeah, about 2.
No, 2.5, 2 to 2.5.
So 2.5.
Yeah. So, and a bicycle. Well, there you go between 1.5 and 8 bars, but that's depends on what kind of bike and if it's your front or rear tire.
No, they're more.
Yeah, up to 8 bar, but like a mountain bike will have less pressure. So the tire.
And a truck tire. Yep, that's truck tire pressure.
Bicycle tires have more pressure than car tires. Much more.
Often they do, except when for mountain bikes, because then they get flat.
And they're still more than the car bike, than the car wheel, because they are so thin. That has to do with it.
Still 1.5 bar is less than 2.
But if you can, the main thing that these guys got wrong is that the pressure inside a beer can. It is
that's
very
60.
thin, but it can have like 4 or 5 atmosphere before it blows. But if you put it vacuum, because that it's built for to contain it, and then when you pull the air out, then it is flat as a pancake, as a piece of paper, because the pressure flattens it.
Yeah,
and that they cannot understand. They are just very stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's continue.
0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0,
oh, that drumming.
0133 M-bar. Earth's atmosphere is 1013.25 M-bar. The difference in pressure is 76 quintillion, 184 quadrillion, 210 trillion, 526 billion, 315,789,474 times. You know exactly what that means.
One thing I want to point out here, guys, to accentuate the power of the vacuum just a little bit more, and I wanted to put this, and this is directly from NASA's Sandusky, Ohio website on their vacuum enclosure that they created allegedly for NASA to test in high vacuum conditions.
Surface area.
There
And
is no
yeah,
powerful vacuum. There is not such thing. It doesn't exist. A powerful vacuum. There's only a
And I want to read this because it really, really drives the point home from any of you that have been listening to Wolfie 6020 and his utter BS rhetoric that, oh yeah, I can dib the pressure of my tire, no problem, or anything like that. But if that was true, then, we're taking Sandusky, Ohio is probably around 13, 14 PSI. I'm sure it's a little above sea level, but let's just read what it says here. It says the concrete chamber enclosure serves not only as a radiological shield, but also as a primary vacuum barrier from atmospheric pressure 130 feet or 40 meters in diameter and 150 feet 46 meters in height. The chamber was designed to withstand atmospheric pressure outside of the chamber at the same time vacuum conditions are occurring within. The concrete thickness varies from 6 to 8 feet.
One of the reasons why the concrete thickness is so goddamn thick is because they were using that facility to test nuclear rockets. The actual barrier that actually held out the atmosphere was a steel shell that was only about an inch or so thick.
Again, the concrete thickness
and that steel shell was also supported by the compressive strength of the concrete.
Yeah.
varies from 6 to 8 feet and contains a leak-tight steel containment barrier embedded within.
It's almost like that's holding out the atmosphere.
And that's about 10 psi more different than the space with the lamp.
It holds it out. It holds the pressure out. That's the thing.
That's also quite a big difference.
Space, it is not to hold the pressure out. It is to hold your air pressure in. And then you get a completely different container.
And also, like, by their idea, a balloon wouldn't work.
I want to answer Al, even though I probably think he's figured it out. The steel barrier is the airtight barrier. And it can be thin because basically the atmosphere is pushing in on the concrete shell, which supports in some way. It's like a circle, like an arch, and it's a huge, thick concrete. You don't build, and I know Al knows this. I'm talking to any flat earthers who might see this. Or space deniers. You don't build a spaceship the same way you build that facility. You don't build it out of concrete.
Chamber doors are 50 by 50 feet and have inflatable seals. The space between the concrete enclosure and the aluminum test chamber is pumped down to a pressure of 20 torrs or 2.7 kilopascals during a test. Now,
and what he said there is exactly the proofs that the talk about the concrete is nonsense. Because if you needed that much concrete to keep that pressure difference, then how could a rubber seal hold that pressure?
Concrete is for the radiation.
Yes,
and
because there is so much concrete, it doubles as a
noise control because they're testing rockets.
again, when you look at that those numbers, the Sandusky facility can generate down to 2 times 10 to the negative 6 torr, right? And we're not even remotely close to deep space, right? So again, if you think that that vacuum is not powerful, why in the world would they need steel and 8-foot thick concrete walls?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Radiation.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Not, and I never thought that I would call Jesus Christ in this. I'm an atheist. But this is, how can someone be so dumb?
Well, it's called the American education.
Now, you know how what I sometimes say? It is like they have 2 working brain cells, and these brain cells are fighting each other over who is the dumbest.
I think also it's just that they have to be right.
They have 2 brain cells. Oh, sorry. But we're done.
I am.
They thought they've got 2 brain cells fighting for 3rd place.
Yeah, that's the best. Yeah.
And at another point in there, they also say because it literally will draw the atmosphere through the steel and the concrete walls if it isn't there. So just, think about that for a while.
Oh
yeah, that's why they got a metal barrier. What doesn't he understand about that?
I learned that.
Isn't it also
for my first class? I was like 12 years old, and I said, and this teacher showed it, and it just makes sense. There is no sucking of vacuum. There is just a push of the air pressure. And I was 12. And how old are these guys?
They're probably in their 30s or 40s.
Oh.
And they're looking at their lives, and they're saying, am I married? Do I have anyone who loves me? Have I ever held a job, or have I spent my entire life trying to convince the world we live on a pancake? It's a rather sad existence.
Yeah. But isn't it also, in this case, that within the steel container, there is even a lower pressure, and between the steel and the concrete, there's also a pressure difference? Now that it's that it goes in 2 phases or something like that. Wasn't it that also the case?
Well, it's also a smart move, because then you can build the entire thing lighter rather than making it all out of one. Because you can make the outside so strong and the inside so strong, and you have a barrier. Something where if something goes wrong, you can hopefully contain damage. Hi, Tori.
Hi, Tori.
And the next time somebody tells you that, there's not much difference between 1 PSI and 0 PSI, it's all in the scaling, guys. And there is a huge difference. And this is exactly, how they're trying to hide the fact that there is no way you can have 14.7 PSI next to a 10 to the negative 17th torr.
It's not next to it.
Yeah. There's a pressure gradient.
That's the atmosphere. But I mean, if they are talking about containers, because this is talking about containers, space suits against a vacuum. But they have to say they have to deny gravity, because if they would consider it, their whole theory falls apart.
If they don't deny gravity, then the brainworms from RFK living in the fucking head will cause them pain.
Can't we get a can of these brain worms and send them to these guys? No. We'll probably make them smarter. It's not a good idea.
Or the worms will fall out and they'll starve to death. That could be too.
The skin on the crew cabin was very thin, and that was all done because of weight savings. Weight was a very critical item that always had to be considered in anything that you did.
If you really...
So that's pretty much them rerunning stuff. I got another video if you guys want to,
El Turk is right. This brain worm, one worm would increase their IQ by 23 or something from 0 to 23. Yeah, that works.
This is Info Warrior Soldier, and I'm here for the next battle.
Oh, Harmony, I listened to this on my phone and I realized how bad the audio was. Brendless, you were right. You barely hear him. I need to like throw it through the noiser.
First of all, I'm proud of Alex Jones and Elon Musk and what they have done to try to awaken Americans.
This is the level of idiocy, folks. I chose this because it was basically about a few months old. How wrong these people are.
I don't want to take away from that. That being said, I'm also very disappointed in you, Alex. And you are now knowingly lying to our grandchildren. And
BS. This one has decided Alex is a liar because space exists.
Gatekeeping big time about these fraud NASA scam lies.
And, he's saying, you're lying to our grandchildren. Yeah, figures that he was a teen dad.
Yeah.
SpaceX as well, baby NASA. You both know Alex Jones and Elon Musk from the bottom of your heart. Absolutely correct.
Yeah, Alex does not. Does Alex do anything else than lie?
I don't think so.
Hey, Jinx.
You know, I wish that I had that file ready. Because Alex Jones, he's like, soy is so horrible, soy will do this too, soy will do that too. And all of his brain force and all of his supplements that are supposed to counteract soy are containing soy.
And all the facts and all the data that I have presented is exact science. And your data is crap.
Did you actually see any data here, or was it spurious accusations?
Poop science, and you're lying to our grandkids' future, Alex, and you know it. And you're gatekeeping for NASA.
Can you imagine how fucked in the head that you need to be to accuse Alex Jones of gatekeeping for NASA because he said we lived on a globe?
And I'm disappointed in you because you know goddamn well I'm correct. And you know goddamn well Trump needs to...
Now, this video was in 2025. And why the fuck is Obama still relevant to this? And it's 6 years ago.
Because Trump makes him relevant.
When he pulled...
Investigate NASA now and he needs to expose their fraudulent lies, all 10,000 of them. So,
And isn't Elon basically on the outs with Trump, kind of, but not sort of? And basically still raking in the dough, but not being allowed in the Oval Office?
I wonder who gave you the black eye.
Trump.
A debate and some statements to make to prove that you're a gatekeeper. My brother, you are unwittingly or willfully lying to your audience. I understand you're
If this guy thinks he's providing evidence by quoting Eric Dubay and accusing that of what?
Yeah, but like, this is just like, it's so funny that he thinks that that he's lying about this particular thing, when this is one of the few things that he isn't lying about.
Yeah, it's like Alex Jones tells the truth once. Space is real and we live on a globe. And the very people that he has robbed for so many years turn against him.
trying to help with all these wonderful plans. We were both trying to help with all these wonderful plans for humanity to travel other galaxies and brilliant ideas to unite mankind.
How is he uniting mankind?
He's referencing the Star Trek universe.
Alex Jones and Trump and all them fuckers destroyed the world we all came to love. And they're not done yet. Now they're turning the same kind of propaganda, corruption, bullshit. Oh, you mean the entire world united against Trump?
Yeah,
Could work. I am seething with fucking rage at what those assholes have done. And now they want to turn the same bullshit that got Trump into office, that was provided and coached by Russia, on Europe and Canada and everybody else, to spread their fucking misery.
And I'm your true brother in this fight. No one has promoted or fought harder than I to defend Alex Jones. But now you're lying to the people, and you're allowing Elon Musk, baby NASA, to lie to people and steal trillions of our tax dollars.
Yeah, stealing trillions of tax dollars.
Yeah, that is what SpaceX does.
But I mean, it technically launches stuff into space. It's not a fraud because it's a just not producing anything in return. It's a fraud because they charge a fuck ton more than they have to. And the same problem SpaceX was for hiring private contractors was supposed to solve, they're now charging more per launch than the government charged itself when the government did it.
Yeah, and also like the development of Starship is also that's a scam. That's a scam. That's never gonna work. Destin from Smarter Every Day has done calculations, and like they say they need to launch like 5 or 6 rockets to get the fuel up there. But like at this point, the Starship can only get into orbit empty. No payload.
It's just too fucking damn big. It's made out of stainless steel, not lighter stuff. And there's a reason why they limited the number of rockets. I mean, the Soviets tried a giant clusterfuck like Starship And that, I'm trying to remember what that was, but that actually like exploded on one of the launch pads and killed, trying to remember, he was known as the father of the Russian space program. Even though he was Ukrainian, they had to top a Ukrainian.
In the future on more lies and scams by these Ninth Circle Satanist Freemason baby eaters.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, he's talking about
Accusing people of eating babies.
Moloch and Baal worshippers.
Moloch and Baal don't exist. They only exist as names in books and little statues from the Middle East.
And you know it's true. The biggest fraudulent lying scam charlatans in history of mankind, next to H.W. Bush himself. Stop it, Alex, the gatekeeper.
Oh, yes, if those of you who don't remember, George H.W. Bush talked about a new world order. So, these conspiracy motherfuckers were gonna backtrack to stop a new world order from happening, and they done started a new world order.
You know I'm 1000% correct, and I want these questions answered. I posted on my garage.
Oh, you mean if you turn up the contrast on an image high enough, given that there's compression artifacts, you will inevitably discover the compression artifacts. What a genius! Literally, your images are compressed by having a so many pixels by so many pixel pre-decided number, so that you can basically know what group of pixels you need, and it's given a number and the image is put back together. So you just, where all this black is, that's just one data point. And only when it changes is there these ragged things. It's rasterization.
20 years ago, Alex Jones for president, and 10,000 debates all this time defending Alex Jones. No one has fought harder for Alex Jones or InfoWars than me.
And you know what sucks? That guy's probably had got more views defending assholes than we'll ever get telling the truth.
Yep.
So please spare me.
All you low fighting.
Info Warriors, it's time to oh. All this stuff he's swift. It's so stupid.
IQ nubs trying to silence and block me. I'm Info Warrior Soldier, and you're a nub, and you're a grifter. So my brother, this is your chance to unveil another one of the UNCCP Pentagon's deep state contractor mass money laundering lies. And we have all this new data. All the scientists are saying, yes, the world.
You know what's interesting, right? When Elon went to find all that waste, he found alcohol.
The world does not move. Alex, you can prove on video and boat and fly around the entire coast of the South Arctics and measure it in front of humanity and prove in front of the world, but you will prove the opposite, my friend. So you can prove and go investigate all the NASA's old space stations and old 80s, 90s equipment in NASA museums and prove to the world.
Why do you know why it's old 80s and 90s equipment? Because the greatest generation was still alive and they weren't as stupid as this one. And they cared about things like that. Also the Cold War. But we really haven't done anything since the space shuttle.
Yeah.
We have gone to outer space, but you will prove the opposite because you are wrong and being pig-headed like Trump was about vaccines.
the one thing that Trump was right-ish about when he told people go get the vaccines before he told them not to.
Yeah.
We have experts from all over the world now. Navy navigators, geographic experts from all over the world, surveyors that survey entire landscapes and say the world's flat.
Nope. And if they're saying that, they lost the done jobs, or they're just attention seekers.
Yeah.
My friend, with science, with math, with facts, we now have all the old coinciding maps.
Does anyone want to conjecture what the fuck is going through someone's head when they're feeling this complete and utter mind-built rubbish? Anyone want to take a guess? Have a little bit of fun?
Yeah.
RFK's brainworm.
We have testimony from Admiral Richard Byrd. There's whole other unexplored continents on the outside of mankind's ice wall nursery crib.
And who are they getting to explore that? You know, usually when there's new land or something new, there's a lot of investors who want to exploit it. Why aren't they exploiting it if it's out there? Oh, I stopped the stupidity. As you noticed, Jinx, I hope I didn't ignore Jinx. I'm so sorry.
No, for a fact that I said hi to Jinx, so Jinx wasn't ignored.
Of vast unexplored lands. And if there is whole other continents of animals, then probably alien-like humanoids that are alien-like vast unexplored species and
Yeah.
animals we have never witnessed. Also explains aliens and UFOs.
Alcohol and drugs could explain aliens and UFOs.
And pareidolia.
That too.
Because there are probably whole civilizations out there.
Oh, did you guys love the Coneheads?
With all kinds of technology that we don't have.
What movie is that from?
I have no clue.
And these ancient extinct animals that are still alive. Alex, you said yourself you have family in NASA, and they all swear up and down.
Can you please prove that they're still alive?
Hello, stop? Do you want me to stop?
No, he says hello to stop the stupidity.
Oh.
Flying to the message above that.
We have space stations on the other side of the moon. We have witnesses for 1,000 years. You can see stars through the moon.
Okay. So the Earth is flat, space is fake, but we do have spaces on the moon.
But don't they tear their own countries apart and hand them over to assholes? Because the religion that is responsible for that iconography is somehow going to infiltrate it, but yet for some strange reason they take that same religion as truth when its symbol is useful to them.
Is this really like, oh yeah, that star is shining through them? Oh, fuck.
I want all the science I claim in my videos actually looked at now and not just bald-faced lie to everybody because you're gatekeeping NASA and you're gatekeeping Elon Musk.
So, according to this guy, Islam proves space is fake.
Because
His
they drew
company.
a moon and a star, and were like, oh, we want to fit it into a small space, so we make them overlap. So now,
SpaceX. Y'all swear up and down we have space stations on the other side of the moon. Complete horse manure, poppycock.
Yes, it is complete horse manure on poppycock, because we don't got them on the other side of the fucking moon.
Not even on this side of the moon.
A complete scam, my brother. There is no other side of the moon that we know of, and zero actual science to prove.
And by the way, we weren't saying there wasn't another side of the moon. Surely there is. It's a giant sphere. Just set space stations for it.
This highly unlikely theory and bald-faced lie by the baby-eater Moloch and Baal worshippers that coincidentally have the missions named after Babylonian deities they torture and sacrifice kids to, and now...
Okay.
Wait. Wasn't the Yahweh in the Bible that commanded child sacrifice?
Yeah, that's the Akeda. That's where Abraham was told to kill Isaac. And then the little goat thing was seen, and that was done, and poor little goat.
Worshippers that coincidentally...
Yeah.
Wait, the one that he was
have the missions
flashing wasn't there yet.
Babylonian deities they torture and sacrifice.
Okay, let's address this. Nisa in Hebrew means to deceive. Now, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the Schindler's List. I'm trying to remember the words, but there's the word Nisa, which is the closest thing in Hebrew to NASA, which means to lift or elevate.
Sounds good.
Yes. Yes. Yes, there was a little goat thing. With 4 eyes and multiple horns, and it later came back in one of Daniel's and Ezekiel's fever dreams. And I said that with love. I was just thinking of the imagery in some of those. It was bizarre.
Kids too, and now you got this Chase Geyser, new guy, that's very witty and very sharp, and seems to be on our side. And he's a Freemason, and you're just gonna give him a Freemason pass, like it's no big deal.
Well, you know what? We should just make some shit up, some conspiracy up, and just watch it fucking snowball, because no one was talking about the fucking Illuminati until like the 1970s when it was a joke in some magazine.
And just gonna let him in the click? No, this is very bad.
Snowball.
This is very wrong, Alex. And you need to go and watch all of prophecyclub.tv and Pastor Stan Johnson. But he still has a lot of amazing data, and I'm still trying to awaken him up to this whole scam. Pastor Stan Johnson needs to get on InfoWars right away.
Who the fuck is that asshole? We should actually look him up and maybe rip the shit out of him, like you do with Daniel. Pastor Stan Johnson.
The Alex Jones before the internet existed. Very anointed ministry. Bill Schnobellen's stuff on the Freemasons, and you need to repent from that. And he needs to wake up, and he needs to repent from anything to do with the Freemasons. And you need to, the Bible says don't even sup with them. Don't even eat with them.
Oh boy, and I think it goes on and on and on like this. We've been at this an hour. Is there anything you guys would like to do, or do you think we should put an end to this? Do you want to go on some more?
You have a different subject?
Or we could all go to see how Captain Desk is doing. He just
okay
with a health update. So if you don't have anything particular, like
well, this particular asshole popped something into my head, but I think it should be left for another day.
We could do that.
Gotta love the Illuminati. It has tried to the...
I can't even read it. What is it? Rosicrucians? It's tied to the Rosicrucian? What the hell is that?
I have one clue.
Now, Jinx knows his stuff. Well, we should write this down and look it up.
We need Jinx on here.
The Fraternity of Goddesses. That would be fun stuff.
Get Jinx in the stream.
Jinx, do you want to come in? Well, let's see. Not to hear what that is. It's a Catholic sect.
Oh. Do they also have sects?
Wait, aren't they?
Aren't they already a sect or a cult or what?
They're like the sect, right?
Ivy made a video about it, like the Roman Catholic Church is the only functioning pyramid scam in the world.
Yeah.
And it worked already for 1700 years? Something like that?
There's a lot of crazy shit. Let me pull something up. We did this, but I didn't want to do it, and it killed the channel in the algorithm, so you think I should literally, when I put this particular video up and we tried to make fun of it, it basically took the channel from 1,000 views a day to 20.
That's not a lot.
It wasn't the live streams. I'll say that for, I don't know. I think we should just call it.
Yeah,
have a good night, everybody.
A good length. Yeah. Good night. And
Good night.